Hey guys, so I met some friends and they're from Peoria, Illinois, and these two ladies are from Mobile. So it was nice to meet you guys. Thanks for having coffee with me today. I appreciate it. We'll feature you on the channel.
Yep, big fan.
All right, thanks guys.
Just thumbs up.
Two thumbs.
2 thumbs up.
All right, thanks guys.
Hey, Vern. Morning, guys. So I'm back in my apartment and I have good news, bad news, good news, bad news. So the good news is we made it home safely and we got home at 4:20 a.m. I'm telling you, that was a freaking long day, and it's about 9:20 now, so I'm still tired, but I've got no power. That's the other bad news. The power's out now. Looked to be a storm come in, and my generator, the carburetor's still plugged up, so I'd have to take that off and take that to the shop and have them clean it. Then dump out the old gas in the can and put some new gas in there. But there's not horrible news, but it's just when you're tired, it's like, oh man, now I gotta do that. Now the other thing is it looked like the ant colony frickin' destroyed themselves, whether it was from the stuff I sprayed or from some tramps that I put up. But the bad news is it looks like they did their last stand in my bedroom, so they're all dead all over the floor, and I'll show you how big of a mess that is. So it's like, so there's my other bad news. I gotta clean that up, but the good news is I don't see one living ant anywhere in here, so what a mess. All right, I'll show you. So it starts back here, and all them little pieces are all dead little ants. Look at that mess. It's probably all the way under the bed. You don't like ants, you're not gonna like that mess. So, oh my gosh, I got a mess. So I was trying to unpack, but kind of like, where do you begin? You got an ant mess, you got no power. I gotta turn the water on because I turned the water off before I left. So I gotta do that. I'm hungry, so I just might go get something to eat and bypass the whole works and say, you know what? I'm gonna get something to eat. So I haven't had a lot of sleep, so I may just do a couple things and then crash out again. But in any event, we're here. I'm kind of happy to be back. And that's the thing. If you're getting cranky and you just don't feel inspired, then you need to travel somewhere. You need to go on a little vacation. And that's what this kind of did for me. It reset my brain, and now I'm like, yeah, I can go again for a little while. So we got to get the car ready, get the old gas out and get that going. So that's high on the priority list, and just kind of tune this back up and try to spend a couple weeks here and enjoy this place for a little while. Hi guys, I'm feeling pretty lucky today. So basically I get on the motorcycle and I feel something kind of wobbly in the front. I'm like, what is that? And so I check the front tire, it's fine. I go a little farther and I'm like, I don't know, it seems weird. So I check the back tire and the back tire is going flat. So I'm here at the motorcycle shop and we're gonna get a tire put on here pretty soon. Well, I don't know about a tire, but a tube. I have to put a tube on, and then I'm gonna look for some tires here pretty soon because these tires have had it. And I like the factory profile, but it's hard to find. So here we are at the motorcycle shop, and this dude it's flat. And I just kind of nursed it over here, and I made it here. But yeah, I think we put on 1,200 kilometers, you guys, and no flats until now, so real lucky. All right, so these guys are doing their thing. Yeah, I can't believe it. 1,200 kilometers, and now I get a flat right at home. Oh, there you ought to get that. Oh, go ahead. There we go. You're going to be in my video. Superstar. Superstar of the morning. The tire repair superstars. Thought you guys, I would be on the road going nowhere. All right, you guys, this is how we roll in the Philippines, baby. Gotta break the bead so we can pull the tire off. They're on this side. Now we can get to the tube. We're just gonna put a new tube in. These guys don't do the repair per se, but they just replace a tube, and I'm plenty fine with that. He's working hard. He's working hard early in the morning. Hasn't even had his coffee yet. All right, guys, so I'm here at the car wash in Valencia, and it's time to get this thing detailed again after that long trip. So Show you what it looks like again. Yeah, it looks great, huh? Rock and roll. Back in the saddle again, as they say. Back in the saddle again. Now that I'm back, a lot of people have requested to meet, and people that I haven't seen for a long time. So Robert offered to make me breakfast. And Robert's a good cook, so he's from the deep south. And where are you from, Robert? Georgia? Or Alabama? Georgia. He's a Georgia boy. So, and Robert's and Robert's also an avid reader. And so guess what? I found in my bookshelf something that Robert can read. Now, it isn't the normal book that Robert reads, but maybe it'll inspire him to relive his youth. What is that, Robert?
I could get this online if I wanted it.
It's the Hardy Boys. You could, but now you can hold it in your hand like a real treasure, Robert. That was on my shelf. So you can read it and then pass it on to the youth.
Pass it on to the youth.
Might need that good, wholesome stuff to digest within their craniums.
Right, come on inside.
All right. He's got a bunch of animals here. Look at that. He's got 4 dogs. How'd you get so many dogs? All right, these guys are making some fixins. Look at that. They're working hard today. Very nice. That's Kathy, Robert, and I think their helper. How you doing, Kathy? I'm blogging this marvelous meal. Look at that. All right, guys, so it happened again a second time this week. So I went to leave to go get something to eat, and I felt something kind of weird with the bike, and I thought, God, is that back tire going flat again? So I squeezed the tire, it felt fine. I thought, I don't know. So I checked the front tire, and sure enough, the front tire was going flat. And the first place I went, the Vulcan Repair, which is the tire repair store, they call it the Vulcan, the V, and they're closed. And then I went to the next closest motorcycle place. I rolled my bike there, they're closed. And I went to another place on the way home, they're closed. And luckily I found a place that's open, and they're gonna sell me a new tube. Now what happens is when your tires start to wear down, they start to pick up sharp objects that poke into the tire all the way down to the tube quite readily, and that's what I'm encountering. And I've tried to replace these tires here right in this area locally, but for some reason it's an oddball size. They don't stock it, so I'm going to have to make a point this week to go into the dealership and do my Getty and try to find these tires. So I'll show you where we're at. So we're here at Valencia at the motorcycle shop. These guys are getting ready to put this new tube in. So it's a couple hundred pesos for the tube, and then whatever the labor is. So there we go. I gotta put some air in it now. Let's get the new tube in it. So today we're gonna head down to the Why Not for breakfast. So Gio in the Philippines is here on my island, and I think he's leaving. It's either today or tomorrow. He's got one more day, and he reached out and says, hey man, I'm gonna be here, let's meet, but I'll only be here for one more day if you can't meet at Monday. So I said, yeah, let's do Monday. I had a live stream to do yesterday. All right, guys, guess what? It's Gio in the Philippines. I wanted to do a song for you, but you hadn't let me do it yet. Maybe someday.
One day, yeah.
So we're gonna sit here and have a little breakfast. We're at the Why Not, the famous Dumaguete Boulevard.
Oh yeah.
I got something for Gio, and he doesn't realize it. It wasn't not something real big, but something I told him I'd give him before. All right, so what did I get him? Let's see. It's in my bag of tricks here. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Guess what? We got him some new threads.
Oh, look at that.
Some new Street Creed right there. What do you see? And his favorite color, black.
It is.
Remember you asked me about that. You're like, I'd like to have one of them shirts. And I asked what color, and you said black. Black's my color, so
Yeah.
there you go.
I appreciate it.
Very welcome.
I'll be sporting that.
Very cool.
I think I'll do that on my next live stream.
Nice. So people ask me what do you see, what does that mean? So I started a photography channel. And so when you pick up your camera, when you click it, you have to think to yourself, what do you see? And I kind of came up with that, and that's what those shirts are about. What do you see before you take the pic? All right, guys, so I'm just coming out of immigration. I just renewed for 2 months. It was about 6,000 pesos or just under. And I'll come back in a week and renew. So I was told on my second time I could renew for 1 month, 2 months, or 6 months. So that was kind of new. Usually you'd have to do the 2 month and then the 6 month. So the 6 month, it was 11,000 plus
that included the cost of the iCard. I'm just thinking I gotta put new tires on today, so I'll do that another time. I just didn't have that much money in my pocket this time, so I'm headed to get new tires. I've had 2 flats in 1 week, so I figure it's time to put some tires on. So the bid for the tires was about 5,000 pesos, so that's $100 for 2 brand new tires for my motorcycle. So that's where we're going now. So there he is, got the new tires on, looks good. There he is, the superstar. So they usually blow everything out, make sure that all the old oil gets out, and then they put in the new oil. So I had them put a deal for my phone to go on because I kept having to pull my phone out all the time so I had them put this on. Sure nice to see some nice rubber back on there, you guys. Look at that. All right, so he's gonna put the new oil back in there. Yeah, we ran it pretty hard going through the mountains, so it's time for the oil change. Get some nice clean oil in there. Make the valves happy. Looking good. Looking good.
Morning guys, today is finally the day I'm gonna start cleaning this house. So I have enough energy that I think I can get it all done today. So I had the house really cleaned up. I didn't have my office organized, but everything else was pretty much dialed in. So what happened is after it was clean, the ants were like running up and down the walls all around. And so I kept spraying them and they kept dropping behind everything. And I'm like, oh gosh. So I've got all the windowsills to clean out. I've got to pull everything out, sweep up the little ant messes, and then mop the floor really nice, put everything back, redo the office, then finally the inside of the house will be dialed in. And I've got my generator to fix. I got to take the carburetor off, drain the tank, run it over, and have them clean out the jets. I've never been able to get the idle jet clean because I didn't know there was an extra jet in there that was kind of hidden in the center of the carburetor. So I'm not a big carburetor guy, and it's a real meticulous job, so I think I'll leave that up to somebody else. And then I can start working on the cars and get those dialed in. And then most everything should be ready to roll around here. And then I can hit the road again and do a little bit of car camping, and that's kind of the goal. I want to do some photography and do some car camping and do a little bit of meet and greet and kind of get into the local vibe a little bit more. That's something that I've wanted to do. And car camping will help me to do that. It'll help me to get into the community, explore a little bit more deeply, and not feel like I'm just passing through, but I can kind of become a part of everything. And I think that'll be really cool. It's something that I've done in Oregon, traveling through the USA. I did a bunch of camping, and so I really miss that. I miss waking up, looking outside, seeing the stars, feeling connected to nature, just letting everything just kind of relax. So I'm hearing a lot of roosters here. I was calling my mom yesterday. She says, "Are those roosters I hear?" She says, "I haven't heard roosters since I was a child." I'm thinking, "Ma, you come here and you can hear roosters in stereo. I got roosters in the front and I got roosters in the back." So you like roosters, the Philippines is your place. It's Roosterville, you guys. Roosters everywhere. All right, so here's an example. If we just pull this out, you can see all the little dead ant pieces that are behind everything because they were on the walls. I sprayed them, everything fell back. So everything's got to get pulled out, cleaned and mopped. So that's where we're at. So whatever I did right, all the ants are living outside now. So there's no ants inside living here. I've seen them around the outside of the perimeter of the house and kind of going around, but they can stay outside. As long as you don't mess with them, I think we'll be okay. Hey guys, I'm sitting here enjoying lunch with Delta Chris from Australia and his lovely girlfriend Claire, and she is from Bohol?
Cebu.
Cebu, she's from Cebu, and we're enjoying a meal here in Valencia. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for meeting.